All right, we should be back. Let me just double check. All right. Finally. Audio good? Audio good. Audio good. Yeah. Okay. We're good. All right. Now, before I even get going with anything, I am just going to check this again and make sure it's working before I make, so I don't make myself look like a dumbass. Let's do this so we don't see my info. Okay. Come on. I swear if it's not one thing, it's something else. That you can believe. Alright, do like that. Copy. Alright, bring this over here. And over there. And then over here. Remove this one. Go over here. Waiting for you guys to come back. In the meantime, let's see if we're good. Oh, for frick's sakes. This is so annoying. I had this working before. That's what I'm talking about! Finally! Shit! Alright, let me pin this. Let me settle down. Settle down now. Settle down. Go on now, get. Go on now, get and settle down now. Shit. Alright, so now I can get back to my spiel. That's what that overlay was. Oh my god, I am fucking stupid. Not really, but I do stupid shit sometimes. Holy cannoli. God damn. Well, alright, feels good because I got it. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying before, and let's pretend like I wasn't even live and had a mental breakdown. Alright, we're back. Once again, I am your host, ETX, and I'm here with my co-host, Thor, and he's sleeping with an eye open. When they say sleeping with one eye open, it's a real thing. Oh, let me turn that off. All right. It's funny how he does that. But anyway, we back. All right. So me and Thor are back. He's just chilling, as you can see. And obviously, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hit that like button. Comment down below in chat. Comment on the replay. Share the stream. Be sure to be subscribed. And when you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell and set it to all so you get notified every time I upload a new video, a new short, or go live, like right meow. Okay? All right. And those are the ways you can help out non-monetarily. However, if you're a baller like that, which I know some of you are, and you want to support the channel monetarily in the days of me actually becoming monetized, which should be like any fucking day now. Thank you very much, Pizza Soup Comedy. Literally should be any fucking day now. I'm actually closer to 4,000 watch hours to where I become a full partner on YouTube. Hello. Welcome in. It's literally any day. I'm just waiting on YouTube Studio in the Earn tab to get caught up, and it's really fucking annoying. But it should be like any day now, literally. Like tomorrow, later tonight or tomorrow, I reckon. And then you'll be able to super chat, like normally. Become a member to the channel, get merch, all that good stuff. And then pretty soon here, I'll be fully monetized. But anyway, in the meantime, if you want to support the channel monetarily, you could do so by super chatting via Cash App, which is right there on the screen. At ETX666, there's an option to leave a message. That message, in turn, becomes your super chat, to which if I see it while I'm live, I'll read it while I'm live. However, if you don't feel comfortable with that, it's whatever. You can super chat through the link right there in chat, and I'll drop it again. All right. Oh, fucking OBS, you son of a bitch. Going laggy here. I guess getting a new router and a new service hasn't fixed that yet. But anyway, you could super chat, and I'll demonstrate. This is what's going to look like when you do so. So let me okay, like that. 1 second here. Give it a second. Right. There it goes. And give it a second here. It works. It works. Yes, it works. So, all that being said, do what you got to do. All right? Now, let's get into it. Let me have this ready for when I share my screen. Hold on. Hold on to something. Oh, boy. All right. Okay. All right. Let's share. I'm just going to have it queued up, ready to go. Oh, it's already on. Right. So, Fat Camp Day 1 is happening. What do we got going on here? The retards are at it. All right, that's queued up. Okay. So, as you can see, the title says, we're banned again, folks. Again. I don't care. I think it's just ridiculous. But regardless, it happened, and this is why it happened. 1 second. So, if you guys have been watching the LCU for any amount of time, the local universe, created by Keemstar and, everybody, then you already know what's going on. The last time this happened was almost a year ago. It was probably, 8-9 months ago during the whole Becky situation when Becky first left the LCU, or for that last time when she actually left, and created her own universe that obviously didn't go anywhere. But in that meantime, uh, just because she was talking shit about the LCU, Keem didn't like that and basically said, if you're in Becky's server, then you're going to get banned from our server. Which, in itself is pretty crazy, because how are you going to dictate where your viewers go and what they watch? And especially not just regular subscribers, but paid members on not just one show, but multiple shows. Like, I was a paid member on 10 shows at one point, and at that time, that was every show in the LCU, regardless if it was whatever tier, but if it was something I did on my own or if it was a gifted, nonetheless, I was still a paid member on 10 LCU shows at this time. And obviously, I was a viewer of Becky's and Tina and Mike on Locale Queens. Those are like the only two shows that I really watched at the time, which was Locale Live and Locale Queens. And aside from that, at the time, there was only like 2 or 3 other shows. It was the infancy of the LCU, which was also the best time in the LCU. Even before Fat Camp last year, the LCU started to go to shit, and then after, it was just a downward spiral since then. The LCU definitely hasn't been the same since, and it never will be like that again. But anyway, at the time, also, that's around the time that Roxy left, and who else? I don't know if it was Savage or what, but anyway, because at first, it was Savage, because at first it was Becky, Roxy, and Savage that started their own thing on Becky's channel. And being a viewer of all of them, I'm like, just because they go off and do their own thing doesn't mean I'm going to stop watching or stop supporting or whatever. So I went over there, I joined Becky's new server, and, I wanted to see what they were doing. Went up on panel on Becky's show, because prior to that, they hardly any of the shows do this anymore. From what I've seen anyway. I don't know, there's like 24 shows at the moment, so it's hard to, keep track. I don't even watch shows all the way through anymore. I just watch live in Queens here and there and tune in briefly to other shows. But at the time, there were only a few shows, and they used to bring up guests all the time. Viewers, you could hop in members waiting, regardless if you were a host or not. You could go in members waiting, come on the show, hang out, drink, talk, this and that. And I did that, I don't know how many times. I went up on panel with, Becky, Tina, Mike, probably, I don't know, like 10 times, something like that. Oh, Boogie just fell. What is going on there? And he's trying to kiss steak. Or maybe it was a fake fall. I wasn't really looking. Yes. Right. And their shit's like major lagging, by the way. Pizza Soup, I see you're back. Let me have my chat pulled up. Is this chat or from before? Huh? Wait. Oh, no, it's this one. Okay. By the way, in the chat bar in the live stream, that little heart there, if you hit that, hit the little emojis, that all counts as interaction too. Hit that like button for me, all that stuff. I appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, obviously we're going to be switching over to checking in with Fat Camp 2 here shortly. As you can see, they're laggy, so it's already off to a shitty start visually. Big surprise there. Anyway, yeah, so Becky went off and did her own thing, and obviously I wanted to see what they were doing. So when, just like I used to come up on panel on Lookout Queens all the time, I went up on her panel a few times. And in the LCU, as far as viewers go, for whatever reason, I've always been, like, kind of well known. I try to stay out of the Discord. The Discord sucks. I haven't had, I really haven't cared about the LCU Discord in quite some time. So this is kind of ironic because I really don't give a shit either way. But yeah, the LCU Discord hasn't been fun in a while. But anyway, so at the time, for those of you that remember, and God, it seems like so long ago at this point, when really it wasn't that long ago. It's just LCU time is different than regular time. A week in LCU is equivalent to like 1 to 3 months real time. So, but hold your thought. I don't need these on right now. Yeah, so anyways, man, those are really noise canceling. Ooh. Uh yeah, so I went up on Becky's panel all the time, and excuse me, at the time I was just saying like, hey, I'm a what's the word? A mutual viewer. What the hell? I'm having a brain fart. Someone help. Anyway, yeah, I was just like a mutual viewer, you know? I wasn't really neither here nor there on either side. I just, I enjoyed watching the LCU at the time, and I enjoyed, Becky's content at the time, and Roxy, I mean, what the hell? And also, I was a paid member, like I said, on 10 shows, 10 LCU shows, okay? And that was about every show. Well, actually, by the time this had gone on, this is a little farther down the road now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I was a paid member on 10 shows, okay? And so I went up on Becky's panel, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. And the first time I was up there, of course, there was people in there already. Oh, ETX, oh, he's at Becky's panel. And went crying to Keem about it. And it's like, well, shit, how'd you know if I was there anyway if you weren't there yourself? You just weren't there. You just weren't there typing in chat or saying anything, but you were there watching. But then you're going to go run to Daddy Keem and snitch on me for being over there. Because prior to that, I think it's around the time where Keem put out an announcement or something. Oh, if you're in Becky's server, you're not going to be in the LCU server. Bleh. Crying as per usual. And then, of course, people are always watching because they play both sides. They're over here, they're over there, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, I remember it was actually on a Friday as well. But anyway, I was just trying to say, I'm a mutual viewer, blah, blah, blah. It's still up on Becky's channel. You can go back and look. This was... When the hell was this? Okay, we're in March now, 2026. This was... I want to say April, May or June of like last year or something. Was that around the time when Becky like finally left? If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I would have to go to her channel and look, but it's still up there. Those streams where I was on was still up there, and that was before I had a full setup. Oh, thank you, Starla, for subbing to the channel. Appreciate ya. Yeah, that was before I had like a full setup. I mean, I had my PC and everything, but it's before I had a mic, headset, all that. I was using like some gaming headphones. Oh god, it's so cringy. Ugh. I still cringe to myself now when I watch my stuff back. So, but anyway, yeah, I was up there and went and got snitched on, and then I was like, it wasn't just me that was banned from the LCU Discord. It was like a whole list of people, similar to what he just did, the other day. But it wasn't just the LC Discord. It was also on their Reddit, because I posted a clip of me on panel myself saying that, hey, it's like, just explain, I'm like, hey, I'm just a viewer here. I'm not a host. I'm not this, whatever. Like, dude, And a few of my posts actually on the Locale Live Reddit at the time got decent amount of views, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, something like that. And then one of those one of those posts is what they used and flagged as promoting Becky. Huh? The fuck? I was telling you that I'm a mutual. How the fuck is that? Dude, they're so. When I say they're petty, they're fucking petty. Okay. Like, look at all this shit with Scooter and fucking everything else. Everybody that they have a problem with, they're so fucking petty to. When in reality, there's no friends in the LCU, okay? No matter what they tell their, whales, their pay whales and all that, there's no friends in the LCU. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't, how's that song? Anyway, they don't give a fuck about you, bro. Oh, we appreciate you so much. No. They appreciate that fucking dollar. That's all they appreciate. They just give a fuck about the money. They don't give a fuck about you. They just give a fuck about the money. Plain and simple. Bottom line, that's all they give a shit about. Obviously. And you know how you can easily see that? Is when they have fucking dono goals and membership goals. Those are money-based goals. They can't ever just do a show. They're these great entertainers, all right? They're these great entertainers, right? But they must have membership and fucking dono goals. First of all, the word dono, I hate that fucking word. For super chatting, I fucking can't stand the word dono. Short for donation. Do you know what a donation is? A donation is something that is given to somebody that is in dire need of help. Okay? That is in a lesser position than yourself, and they need help from you. That's what a donation is. It's meant to help somebody that needs help, okay? Not a fucking multimillionaire. Multiple multimillionaires, or people that are doing way, way, way better than you are financially, and you're giving them money. But some of these people that fucking donate to these shows, like, I literally think are fucking brain dead. Again, but it's aside from, some of the main hosts, alt accounts, which obviously they have, and if you believe that they don't, well, I don't know what to tell you. People donating, 5 red donos in a row, $100 don. Like, get the fuck out of here. Obviously, whatever. Aside, between the botting the views, which they say they don't do. It's so funny how every single LCU show has consistently 3,000 live viewers, right? No matter what's happening, no matter how shitty the show is. There's 4,100 watching live right now. That could be, I don't know, but just because it's Fat Camp, the numbers are escalated. But typically, I don't even know if I believe that. But typically, no matter what, consistently, every day, 3,000, 2.9, 3,000. Like, you really think, no matter how long the show is on, or who's hosting, or how shitty of a show it is, which most of them are just straight up shit these days, 3,000, that's bullshit. 100% bottom views, and 100% all accounts from the bigger hosts. It has to be. There's no way. But again, people donating to millionaires and people that are way, way, way better off financially than the people donating is crazy. But I was saying that to say this. If it wasn't about money, they wouldn't have to do that. They wouldn't do that. They say, well, without fucking donos and memberships, there wouldn't be a show. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you new to YouTube? You've only been doing it 20 years. That means you've been on YouTube since the fucking day it was created in 2006. Like, they sound so stupid when they say this shit. Regardless if you were on, they're dumb, okay? They're just fucking dumb. They're dumb motherfuckers that just happen to get lucky at one time or another with whatever financially. That's really about it. Like, Keem himself is a fucking moron. He's fucking stupid. He's dyslexic. He's an idiot. Anyway, and they want to go on about how they're so entertaining and this and that, blah, 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 blah. If you're so entertaining, you would just do a live stream, okay? And see, there's also a difference in trying to be entertaining and just, being yourself, for the most part, just talking to your audience, whatever you're doing. Like I'm doing now. I'm not actively trying to fucking entertain you or put on a show or play a character. I mean, maybe to some extent, but you could say that about anybody, including yourself, right? You play a character to some extent every day of your life, do you not? But you know what I'm saying. I'm not. There'd be a difference if I was actively really trying to be entertaining and failing than just being more or less myself and just talking to my audience, whatever we're talking about. But again, if they were so entertaining and such great creative content creators, they wouldn't have to go away. They would just put on a show and the money would come organically. Like, do you agree with that? If they were entertaining, they wouldn't have to use other people's situation making a yeah, exactly. Like fucking death baiting and whatever situation, and anytime there is anything serious going on, 2 seconds later a fucking stupid TTS goes off and they go on about that. Like, these people, I'm telling you, don't give a fuck about their viewers. And they always say, oh, we have the best community on YouTube. Dude, these people are fucking scumbags, literal pieces of shit, okay? And not only that, but like Keem himself, right? However many millions he has, he's a cheap son of a bitch. And you know what? Most millionaires are. And that's how they stay millionaires, because they're cheap, cold, empathetic, unempathetic, just pieces of shit. Bottom line, they don't give a fuck. They never did. They never will. Okay? Everything is so money-based in the LCU, it's just fucking disgusting. I don't know, man. But anyways, like I was saying, the LCU Discord, okay, which actually kind of used to be a cool thing, and that in itself you can't have access to unless you're the $10 a month tier subscription, which their normal tier for channel membership is $5 a month, and the $10 tier gets you access to the Discord, and you could come up on a member as a show, which I haven't seen them do in a long time. The other perk to it is supposed to be that hosts go into chat, which again, I've rarely seen that, even though they say they do. And then there's just the main chat, which is just like a cesspool of retardedness. I rarely, when I still had access to it, I rarely did anything in the Discord except post pictures of Thor, which, by the way, I think we showed him in the beginning. Hold on. My good boy. But yeah, that's like literally about it. I would just post photos of Thor, and that's about it. Because there's just so much stupid shit in that Discord. However, I could say one good thing about it. Everyone that I pretty much had, or that had beef with me, rather, and would talk shit for like no apparent reason. Like, there was a time in the Discord, yeah, he is. There was a time in the Discord where I would just go in there and say, hey, what's up? And I would have like multiple people, well, a few choice people, just started talking to shit for like no matter what, like for no reason whatsoever. And it's kind of funny because what I've noticed is every person that was, a shit talker, shit starter, fucking weirdo, they're gone. I don't know where any of them are. I don't care to. And it's funny too, because these people, that live in that Discord like literally 24/7, have no fucking lives, don't leave their houses, just nothing. And then, because your YouTube is linked to your Discord, okay? That's one of the things you have to do to gain access to the fucking LCU Discord. But you could go on these people's YouTube, right? And you want to talk about weird. And it's funny too because some of these people that are the biggest shit talking fucks, and then you click on their fucking YouTube, and then you see what really fucking weirdo ass losers they really are, and then you're like, this is so and so. What the fuck, like, you know? But anyway, so to the current situation. Well, let me take a sippy sip. A little drinky poo, as Leahy would say on Trailer Park Boys. Mr. Leahy, let me take a little drinky poo. Howdy. Welcome in. How we doing tonight, people? How we doing? Hit it like that. I can't talk. Hit that like button for me, will ya? Anyway, moving on to the current situation. So, in the recent months, quite a few hosts in the LCU have left once again on their own, as far as I know. Starting with, I don't know who it started with, but Buff, who personally I never really cared for. I wasn't too big of a viewer of Locale Nerds at the time when he was on Nerds with Zay. I just thought whatever. I didn't really think anything, neither here nor there. Whatever. But he left. Savage left. Roxy left. I'm subscribed to their channels. Talk to them here and there. Through messages. I'm in their chats. I'm in their lives. And most recent, Scooter, right? Gidgey's son. Gidgey is on Locale Queens with Mike and Tina. And Gidgey is Scooter's mom. I think I just said that. I'm a few claws in, so, don't mind me. But anyway, so Scooter just left just recently, like about a month ago. He was the most recent one. The last show he was on, he's been on a few different shows. He was on Locale Live for a bit. He was on Locale Bus with Sweet Tea's fucking retarded ass. And then fucking Amberlynn Reed, which, by the way, first off, before the LCU, I didn't know. OPS! Before the LCU, I didn't know anything really about the drama world online. I knew who Keemstar was. Never watched Drama Alert. Never watched any of these people. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. In fact, all the people that he used to bring on as guests, when they actually still had guests, he never introduced anybody. He didn't give any backstory. They would come on the show, and they just start talking. Like they had been talking for, the past hour or something. Meanwhile, the viewers watching are 80, 90% of them that have no idea who this person is, including myself. I'm watching, I'm like, who the fuck is this? I have no idea who this is. No introduction. No backstory. Nothing. They bring a guest on, and they just start talking. It's like, but you're this... Dude, anyways. So yeah, I didn't know shit about the drama world, didn't really care. That was never really my shtick, as they say. The stuff that I'm into are, my interests and hobbies, like comics, masks, horror, Slipknot, fucking, sci-fi, movie prop replicas, stuff like that. Everything on my channel, right? Gaming. So anything drama related has come to me in the last, 15 months into this thing, since I originally joined the LCU. So anything that I've seen since then has been my introduction to this drama stuff. And this ALR, whatever you want to fucking call it, Does Girl World? No idea. Don't care to. From what I've seen, I don't want to see anymore. Please, I stay away. I don't want to. I don't care. Um, but anyway, Scooter was on a show with her and fucking Sweet Tea, who in the beginning, I've talked about this before on the channel. Like she was okay at first, but when she went over to live, like her whole personality changed and like I don't know. Then she just seemed like brain dead even more than usual. And then she ended up quitting or fired or something. But whatever. Who knows where she is? I don't really care. I'm just saying that to say, going back to Scooter. All right. Which, to be honest, I don't care for that name either. I like him. He's fine. I don't care for the name. Some of these host names are questionable. I asked him one time when he was on Queens or something, like, where did that name come from? And he explained it. I think his mom started calling him that when he was a kid or something like that. I don't know. I wish he would change his name. When I hear that name Scooter, you know what I think of? Like some dorky little kid with that hat, like that multicolored hat with the thing that spins, like the fucking propeller that spins. Like that's what I imagine when I see like when I see Scooter. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So he quit about a month ago. OBS. Motherfucker. Why does it still do it? Maybe I have my settings on a little bit too high, which, by the way, if you don't know, my streams have been, like, for the last month at 1440p. These streams, not my gaming streams, those are still regular 1080p, but when I'm at my setup, the streams are in 1440p. Alright? Alright. But yeah, so Scooty Scoot, Matthew, right? So he went and started his own thing about a month ago on his channel, Scooter 13, right? And he's just been, going live, doing his normal thing, just whatever. Well, apparently, I don't know if they're calling him a detractor now, which is funny too, because it seems like every host that was in the LCU and that has left. Oh, I'm going laggy. Just refresh it. If it does that, I apologize. Let me refresh myself, actually. It seems like every host that was a host in the LCU and then has left to do their own thing and talk about the LCU, whether it's negative or positive or just talking about it in general, they're a detractor. Yeah, he's a detractor. She's a detractor. It's because y'all are fucking shitty as fuck in the LCU, and, people are just talking about how shitty you are. So it's not necessarily being just a detractor, it's just talking the truth on how fucking stupid you people are and how shitty you are. Y'all are the fucking detractors. I have Vixie. That's what I was going to say. She's another one. She's considered fucking, she might be considered a detractor now, like, Ruby Spacek, or excuse me, not Ruby, those fucking weirdos. Wait, who's the one? Oh, I'm confusing names. I apologize. Wait a minute. Who's the one that is the incest with the father? What's her name again? Somebody help. What's the one with the father again? Damn it. And then Spacek is the other one, right? That also streams. Oh my god. Oh, damn, I just had it in my head a second ago. Grace Thorpe. The Thorpes. Okay. Yeah, those are two different things. Yes. I literally just thought of it, like, right before. Yes. Grace Thorpe and her father, the incest couple, weird as fuck. But she was on the original host of Locale Queens, like, December of 2024, like, December 2024, like, the very beginning of Locale Queens. And then Ruby Spacek, I don't know what show she was on or if she was on a show, but regardless, she was in the LCU at, to to some degree, like me. I was in the LCU to some degree. And like I think she's considered a detractor. Like, anyway, it's like anybody that was part of the LCU and then has just gone off and do their own thing and talks about how, the truth about them is a detractor. Like, get the fuck out of here. So who knows? I might be considered a detractor at this point. Am I? I don't know. Maybe. I'm still subbed to 5 shows. Apparently, I checked. Well, member on 5 shows. I'm probably subbed to more, but I'm membered on Live in Queens. I just wanted to keep that streak going. Like, I have a 14-month streak on Queens and a 13 on Live here. And the other ones I think are just gifteds. But still, I'm a paid member on 5 shows, and I was still banned. Just like before, I was a paid member on 10 fucking shows. And I wasn't the only one that was a paid member that they banned from their Discord, their precious Discord server. Just because you're in another host server? Like, what is that even legal to do? So a few days ago, I was tuned into Glass, and I saw her mention it, that it was put in the announcements that, like, oh, you have an hour to get out of servers you shouldn't be in. Oh, get out of those servers. X-host servers, right? Like, who do you think you are? See, this is the thing. He tried this shit with the Becky stuff, and then shortly after, unbanned like the 100 fucking people that he banned. So, I'm sure that's going to happen again. But, like, dude, who do you think you are? Keemstar, who the fuck do you think you are? Where do you get this nerve to ban not just regular subscribers, not just regular viewers, but fucking people that pay to be there, you motherfucker? Not on one show, but multiple shows. Donate, gift members, all this shit. You can look at my fucking history and other people's fucking history and see that. That shit's crazy. Just because they're in an X'd... Oh, I went laggy for a sec. Just because... It's OBS. Just because you're subscribed in an X-host server, who gives a fuck? Most of the time, Scooter tries not even to talk about you idiots. It's something external that makes him, that he ends up talking about it. Like, it's like these X-hosts, they try and do their own thing, but like some way or another, the LCU is brought back into it. You know what I mean? He was even saying this the other night. He's like, I don't even want to be talking about this. I just wish they would stop talking about me. And I was like in chat, I'm like, the LCU is like the mafia. You're never really out. Right? Regardless if you want to or not. Even if you just completely stop watching, like, you'd be involved in some type of way. Let's see. The word Voldemort doesn't make any sense to me. The same thing with Rastov. Oh, yeah. Rastov, another one. Band members, band then, band. Yeah, that Voldemort word, I know, it's fucking stupid. Like, Voldemort, that's the fucking villain from Harry Potter. So, how does calling it ex-host and, like, exiling them, basically, how does calling them a Voldemort make sense? Was Voldemort, like, exiled or some shit? Wasn't he killed? Didn't Harry Potter kill him? I don't know. I'm not really, like, up on Harry Potter stuff. But, like, what does calling ex-hoes that are, like, exiled, banned from the server, calling them Voldemorts make sense? I always hated that term. I always thought it was so stupid. Like, these are adult children. Okay, they're adult, slow, in the head, retarded children. But anyway, it makes no sense because in Harry Potter, the entire point was to not say Voldemort's name. Yeah, and that's what they say. Oh, yeah, once they're Voldemorted, then we can't say their name, but yet they talk about all these people, like, on a daily basis. It's like he who should not be named, which is stupid. Yeah, except they name every, like, they say, it's like, you can't talk about them. You can't say their name. You can't do this, but we're going to talk about them on every show, all day, every day. Like, what the fuck? And then not only that, but then to come up with the most heinous, disgusting allegations against them. Like, Scooter, for instance. Calling him a or Steak. This fucking retard right here. This one. Why isn't my mouse showing? Is it showing on there? But anyway, it's like Steak. Okay, this fucking dude here in the middle, right? I remember when he first tried out for some show, and like they gave him his intern position. Well, look at them; they're still lagging. Like, I may lag every so often because it's OBS. I don't know. I may not have some of my settings might be too high, but their whole stream is laggy as hell. And this is like tens of thousands of dollars of equipment and all this and that Keen was talking about, and it still fucking looks fucking stupid. Anyways, I don't even want to have him on my stream, so as I'm saying that, then OBS. OBS. I just changed service providers again, okay? So I have a new router, so maybe things are just not settled in yet per se. But anyways, yeah, I remember when he first tried out for whatever show, and they gave him like intern, right? And he was wearing this T-shirt, and he goes like this. He's like, yes, yes, and he had the biggest, disgusting, sweaty armpit stains. I'm like, ugh, what a fucking weirdo. And now his ass is on live. And what Nightmare too? On the right. Nightmare, who, just a few weeks ago, Keemstar couldn't fucking stand and would talk so much shit about. But yet, now he's on the flagship show. Boogie, I don't have anything to say about. I mean, I like him. I don't like a lot of shit he does a lot of the time. I was talking about him when I did when I reacted to him to singing a few nights ago on when he sang the song "Creep" as his character Francis. Boogie can be a really good actor when he wants to. He's done it plenty on his channel and collabing with other YouTubers like Jesse Ridgway, McDuggar, and all that stuff like that. But for whatever reason in the LCU, he's a shit actor. He must be doing it on purpose because he could be really good. I think he just chooses not to. But whatever. That's just Steven Williams, I don't know. But yeah, I just think this whole thing is ridiculous. Again, and by the way, there was like, I think 88 people on this banned list. You have an hour. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, what if you're not even paying attention to what if you're fucking not even paying attention to the Discord and you don't live in there like a lot of these fucking, weirdos do. And, say you're at work, like a normal person, you're gone 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day and shit. And you don't live in the fucking Discord and you don't even realize that this announcement happened. And then you just go to log on one day and then the Discord's gone. And you're like, what the hell is this about? And then you can't even find out because you can't see the announcement because you can't log into the server. It's like, what the fuck? And again, these are not just viewers, regular subscribers to your channel, but paid members, not just on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, multiple shows. I know I can't be alone in this. I know I can't be. And honestly, I really don't care. The only reason I'm even talking about it is for content, and I just thought it was funny and ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to last because it didn't last the last time he did this, which again was during the Becky stuff. He banned a bunch of people then for being in Becky's server, trying to dictate where people go, which you can't do, okay? There has to be some legality in this. Yeah, exactly. It's like, there has to be, I don't know what it is, but, technically you can ban anybody from your channel that you want. You don't have to have a reason. But when you announce the reason, oh, if you're in this person's server, then too bad for you. Like, I don't know. But I'm here to tell you, you're not missing anything in the LCU Discord anyway. Like, you're not missing anything. The Discord sucks. It sucked for a long time. And I'm going to go grab another claw. I'll be right back. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we can switch over and see what they're doing. And by the way, like Steak, speaking of him, I never liked him. I didn't think he was funny from the first day I saw him. I still don't think he's funny. Some of these people that I really don't like and am annoyed by, sometimes I tolerate them, and I'm like, yeah, they're not so bad. But then after a while, I'm like, nah. Yeah, the Creepshow poster. Hold on. If it would clear up. I don't feel like turning the light on, so. But anyway, yep, that's one of my favorite horror movies. Well, actually, Creepshow 1 and 2. What's up, Ashes? Are you just coming in here after I just got done talking about damn everything? You always have good timing there, Ashes. Good timing. Thrifty, what up? Oh, lordy lord. Yeah. I was about to switch over and see what the tards are doing there. Because I have the stream pulled up, so I guess we could get to that part. But the first half, I was just talking about this whole ridiculousness of, basically banning paid members like myself, which I don't really care, from the server for being in exo servers like Scooter and stuff. Even though they talk about them every day and everyone's not supposed to talk about them, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The same shit that they pulled with Becky, I was talking about, and that didn't last long. There was like 100 people that were banned at the time for being in Becky's server, and then fucking unbanned everybody, and I'm pretty sure that'll be the same deal here. Not that I care, because, again, like I was just talking about, you're not missing anything in the LCU server anyway, honestly. But let me see what these fucking idiots are talking about. Yeah. Not a cult. Exactly. Hashtag not a cult. Alright, let's see what they're talking about here. Not that I really want to, but...
Over there. And the one that goes,
you. That doesn't fucking exist, dude.
Alright, right off the bat, again, aside from their shit lagging like every 2 seconds, there's an echo, and it's really annoying. And goddamn Steak, I just want to... Ooh. He's such a dork.
They've been a test this whole stream, and you guys made it a crazy record fucking stream for a test. It seems like most of our equipment is working. We're locked the fuck in. We're ready for Fat Camp. And yeah, we are going to see you soon. Guys, you got about 5 minutes. Fuck!
oh, I like this one.
Dude, that is so fucking annoying. like it might be funny like the first few times, but like 100 times in a row, like yeah, Three Stooges exactly.
Or Peter?
Real quick,
I
Mike.
don't want to show Boogie my penis because he wants to see it.
I will say one good thing that came out of me being a viewer in the LCU. Before the LCU, I never ever drank White Claws. And Keem unknowingly got me hooked on White Claws, which before that I always saw them as like a girl drink, or more specifically, a white girl wasted type drink. And but I tried it for the first time from seeing it. Keem drinking them all the time. I tried it at my brother's wedding, like last June, and then since then, well, first it was Happy Dad. That was okay. And then there was White Claws there, and hey, I've been hooked on them ever since. So, Black Cherry White Claws, airs to you. That's about the only good thing that came out of me being a viewer in the LCU. Anyway,
The donos and stuff. Mike is typing in the test donos and shit.
Nah, dude. Nah, you're actually pissing me off
We
now.
had to see if
Okay,
you guys
well, we had to
cooked.
do shit too. What, Nightmare?
What do you do? What do you do?
What do you mean? What did I do?
What the fuck have you done? You've done nothing. You stopped being a kid and fucking shot me.
You better fucking calm the fuck down, bro.
Calm me down, bitch. Calm me down.
bro.
I don't fucking get that.
You can
dude, they're so not funny. Like I was talking about before, like it's one thing if you're trying to actively be entertaining and like trying your best to, really put on a show and be entertaining, but when you're actively trying to and still unsucceeding, then I don't know. Thank you, Thrifty, for subbing to the channel. Appreciate you.
Okay, there was 2 reasons we tested the equipment.
pissed off right
On
now.
a fucking set. We are. This is a practice run.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think we did a really good fucking job, in my
Well,
opinion.
and part of it was to learn. Again, a part of it was to help you guys dial in, because obviously.
So
I'm a professional.
so what you're telling me is I sat here and you guys played Asian fucking stereotype sounds at me for 2 fucking hours.
Well, that's part of it, yeah. Again, part of it is to see how
We
you guys
have to
handle
make
shit.
sure the mics work.
Then why couldn't we fix the fuck? Why couldn't we fix the fucking sounds? Why couldn't we have done that? Why couldn't we have done normal sounds?
That
Part of
was
it-
part of it. It was part of the joke.
Part of it.
Fuck off, then.
Again, like the first few times, okay, but like over and over and over and over for like days on end at this point, nah. And Ashes, yeah, feel free. I'm gonna be ending. What the hell? That just abruptly ended. I'm like, did my stream just cut off? What the hell? Okay, that was not 5 minutes. Now I'm going laggy. Oh yes. God. I just got a new router today. The guy was here hooking everything up. He was there for like 2 hours doing the installation. And I don't know. I just have to go in and adjust my settings. I think they're a little bit too on the high end because OBS is going laggy more often than not. Typically, it does it for like a second at a time, but it's doing it like way more this stream. I don't know. Maybe I need to adjust some stuff. But Keem just said like 2 minutes ago, okay, 5 minutes, and then fucking shit just abruptly ended. Day 1 is already a shit show. Yes, exactly. I know. And there's going to be a continuation of that. By the way, Fat Camp. By the way, this isn't like some cold sore or something. Sometimes I don't know, I get chappy, and then I like do that. And then bite it. Usually Carmex fixes it in like a day. But I'm noticing it. Maybe it wasn't noticeable until I said something. Damn it! But anyway, I'm going to talk like they do in Casino, so the FBI doesn't see him talking. Anyway, yeah. So, Fat Camp. Why do they even call it Fat Camp? Why? It's not a fat camp. They don't give a fuck about any of the fats' well-being there. Like last year, if it was actually designed for them to lose weight, which I just think it's funny how last year they kept going on about how they all lost so much weight, like Billy and everybody, and dude, Billy is like 700 fucking pounds, okay, 600 something. When you're extremely obese, I don't need these on. Well, when you're extremely obese and you're really fat, you lose weight much faster than a normal person with normal metabolism, like myself. Just the simplest thing of walking and you lose weight quickly. That's the only reason they lost weight. They were eating like shit. They weren't doing any type of workouts. And it's just from not sitting in their house 24 hours a day. That's the only reason they lost any weight. But again, why are they even calling it fat camp? If they really cared about the fatties and wanted them to lose weight and do good, Keem being the fucking multi-millionaire that he is, for one, he could fund this shit himself and just have it be a tax write-off, which he probably does, but make people think that, like, oh, I have to fund this through TTS and fucking, like, get the fuck out of here. What's up, squirrel? Keem could easily fund this shit himself and just fucking write the shit off. It's tax deductible. It's a business expense. Like, what? What the fuck? And then get a personal trainer or multiple personal trainers down there and have them do actual military-style workouts on a daily regimen. Have a nutritionist. Have a personal chef. You could easily do these things, and they're all fucking business expenses. And they would actually have them walk, have them jog a little bit, have them fucking eating right and doing these workouts and then fucking film everything. And again, if he cared about their well-being, they'd actually fucking lose weight and do good. But he doesn't care about these people. He just wants to make fucking content out of them, right? That's the only reason they're down there. It's just to make content and to make fucking money off them. He doesn't give a fuck about his own hosts, let alone his viewers, let alone his paid viewers. He don't give a fuck about anybody except him fucking self and the money. And then all these people are just like, I don't know, they're like fucking hypnotized by him or something. You know, it's like, see, this is the thing about Keem. From what I've learned over the past year, he may be a big YouTuber, all this shit, self-made, all that type of stuff. But if he was such a good person, why is it that any other YouTuber that is above him wants nothing to do with him? Nothing. Why do I keep fucking going laggy, son of a bitch? Anyways, if Keem was such a good dude, why is it that no other YouTuber that's above him wants anything to do with him? Or doesn't want anything to do with him, excuse me. They don't. Because he's a fucking asshole piece of shit. Manipulative, fucking self-centered, unempathetic psychopath. Right? Again, he doesn't give a fuck about his own viewers, and he said it multiple times. I don't give a fuck what... I have fucking screen recordings of this shit. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't need this fucking TTS. You need this fucking TTS. I can give a shit, blah, blah, blah. He does this shit. He started this shit as a hobby for something to do because he's bored. He doesn't give a fuck about his viewers. He doesn't give a fuck about his subscribers. He doesn't give a fuck about his paid members. He doesn't give a fuck about his hosts that think they're his friend. Oh my God, this OBS is really tweaking me out. I don't know why. Like, typically I would do this once or... Anyway, I'm getting distracted. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. And then he wants to, you know, talk about other people, like calling them this and that. You know, people seem to forget that there's a fucking 20-year age gap between him and Brantley. Like, nobody ever talks about that. Dude's like 43 or some shit, and she's like 21 or 22 or 24, whatever the fuck. There's at least a 20-year age gap between the two of them. And a fucking 30-year age gap between Boogie and Desi. And I see it like this. If you're consenting adults, fine. And if you want to just fuck around, date a little bit, whatever. But relationships with 20 and 30-year age gap, what the fuck? That's fucking weird. You're a weirdo. They're weirdos. And they're just fucking self-centered assholes. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Like, I don't know. But yeah, man, everybody that thinks they're friends with him is sadly mistaken. And at some point, they'll realize that. I don't know. You know, I don't know. And that's the thing. And that's what I was starting to say. All the, if he was such a good guy, all these YouTubers that are on his level or above, would want to have something to do with him, and they don't. And to make up for that, he surrounds himself with people that are below him to build himself up mentally, to think he's like, because they look at him like this. They're looking up at him. Keem, Daddy Keem, tell me what to do. Oh. And that's what he likes. He likes to be the fucking puppet master. Do this, puppet. But anything he has his host do, he would never in a million years do himself. But they just continue to do. They're all sick, dude. I don't know what else to say. They're all fucking sick. Fuck all of them. I could give a fuck less. Keem, take your Discord and shove it up your fucking cheap fucking millionaire ass. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. But, yeah, you guys could go back and watch the first half. That's pretty much it. So, anyway, appreciate you guys for being here. I'm going to wrap this up here. So don't forget to go ahead and like the stream, comment down below in chat, on the live chat replay, share the stream, be subscribed, hit that notification bell, set it to all so you get notified every time I upload a new video or go live, like right mother trucking now. Those are ways you can help out the channel, support the channel non-monetarily, monetarily. If you're a baller like that, you can go and hit that link. I'll put it right here one more time. And that stream element, you can TTS through that. It'll pop up on screen. Your TTS will fucking be on screen. It'll read it out, all that good stuff. And yeah, aside from that, if you want to continue to see more content like this, then stay tuned. And me and my co-host Thor, which I'll show you one more time. Hold on. Thor and I will see you later.